Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the Blue Ridge Silverhound Show. Today, we're going to pit two amazing, incredible, and probably one of the most collected coins out there. And we're talking half dollars, folks. We got Canadian, we have the U.S. fare, and we're going to strictly pit the modern day stuff together. Canadian modern against modern U.S. Let's see who's the big winner. Okay, we're going to give you a couple of stats for you to consider. The newer, more modern coins, of course, is more of your stacker's coin. Okay, there's really not a whole lot of numismatic value associated with half dollars, especially when you get into the Kennedys for the U.S. and for the modern day type of Canadian, specifically, like the George the Sixth and the QE2. So we're going to take a look at both. We're going to see what makes one better than the other. The statistics may not surprise you, and some of you already probably are stacking one or either or both. And I know what you guys are thinking. I'm like, well, why would I settle for junk silver when I could just go and get ASCs or Maple Leafs or some bars, Engelhard, Johnson Matthey? Well, folks, to tell you the truth, those silver bars, even though the price of silver hasn't moved up that much, are trading at a tremendous premium. So what's the next best alternative? Junk silver. Okay? Like this particular example of the Kennedy half dollar, 1964, it was the last and final year and the beginning of the Kennedy series, but the final year that that the mints produced anything 90% silver. So that's pretty significant. And even in this condition, bam, you got yourself something for melt. So kind of a tremendous bargain. But let's take a look at the Canadian issues. Okay, here we go. This is a George the Sixth, 1952. Okay, that's the obverse. This one is brilliant gem, uncirculated. No, barely. There's probably like maybe one mark on here, but it's not very noticeable. And some of you are familiar with the reverse, the coat of arms. Probably one of the prettiest designs. If I had to compare the two, this one definitely is the winner in my case. So design aesthetics, hands down, I think the Canadian looks better. But let's take a look at the composition. It's 80% silver, 20% copper. Actual silver weight keys in at 0.300 ounces. So not quite a third of an ounce, but pretty close. And this style of Canadian half dollar was produced between 1937 and 1967 when you're talking about the silver. Now, the Canadian government has continued on with the half dollar, but they're clad variations past 1967. So there you go. That's that one. Here's the Timberwolf variety, 1967. This one's a uncirculated satin sheen variety. This one has Queen Elizabeth on the obverse. Okay, that's what that one looks like. Again, probably her last good-looking portrait before she got older. Of course, gravity does that to you. Here's the same coin in a PL deep cameo. These are traditionally found in mint sets, specimen sets. This is also a 67. Got this for $12. Note the mirror finish. Obverse. Real nice. Okay, so we're going to pit this coin against two of the U.S.'s finest. First of all, let's take a look at the Franklin half. There you go. These were minted from 1948 all the way up to 1963. Okay. So if it wasn't for the assassination of President Kennedy, these would probably still be minted. Okay, so that's the obverse. You got Ben Franklin on the front. This is a 59 proof. Bam, there it is. You got a little toning on there. The reverse, you guys know what the reverse looks like on these. It's got Liberty Bell. Collectors, graders, they attribute these with full bell lines. The sharpest struck coins ever. And they command a fair premium. Very dedicated group of collectors that do the full bell lines. Of course, the proof ones, they're pretty much all going to have the full bell lines because the dies were re-engraved after so many strikes. Okay, and then the second candidate, or the second coin is, of course, the Franklin, or the Kennedy 1964 all the way up till now, 64 being the last year that they've made the 90% silver, and it is 10% copper as well. There you go. Not a whole lot of fanfare for the design. It's pretty basic. These weigh in pure silver value 0.36169, so it's got an edge over the Canadian half. All right, let's talk price-wise. As you can see, I purchased the Canadian half. This one's a specimen, $12. These ones here probably go for about $12 to $15. When silver ramps up, these are trading at more of a premium. So it looks like we give the edge to the U.S. All right, I'm not going to even get into the walking liberties because that trumps it all. All right, so you silver stackers out there, you guys are familiar with these pieces. That's a 40% proof. All right. Now let's take a look at the Canadian again. Timberwolf 67, 67. These ones in circulated condition you can find for $10. So it's a couple bucks less, but that's to be expected with the adjustment in silver content in these. Collectability, I give a distinct edge to the Franklin half series. Not so much the Kennedy. There's not a whole lot of coins that are worth a ton of money. But the Kennedy, they've made some double dies. There's even a nice 51S over S repunch mint mark variety. The full bell lines. So the winner of this matchup, no surprising, the U.S. edges out Canadian for a number of reasons. The Franklin half design carries the weight out of this duo. Canadian just couldn't match up. A little bit less silver content. Comes from a country where there's not as big of a collector market out there. And bullion enthusiasts would prefer to spend this about the same type of money for U.S. So there you have it, guys. U.S. versus Canadian. U.S. wins. Congratulations, U.S. And thanks again for watching, guys. If you have questions, comments, go ahead and post away in the bottom. Feel free to check out Cherry Picker's Grotto. I got the link right at the bottom. It's new and refreshing. Hopefully you guys will like it. It's going to be a best of everything. It's a catch-all for a lot of the sites out there. And yeah, I'm going to be adding some new stuff here. And you guys have a great evening, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Blue Ridge Silverhound Show. Take care, guys.